Join me as you and you take a journey to become better writers together and geek out.
Hey,
That's a bad sign.
He's more stable than you?
Probably. Let's see. Fix everybody up here.
Tony's
Hello, guys.
here.
Welcome to the Written. We're here having fun, enjoying the. Well, I was going to say con. Enjoying the fun here.
All right, well, not even 5 minutes into the show.
We're about
He
to
owes
kick
all
off
of us $1 now.
Kickstarters. Dude, you guys, I gotta say, Shen says hi there. Hey, Shen.
Hi, Shan.
I gotta say, this month seems to be full of Kickstarters. There's so many kicking off this month. I don't know how you guys are making yourself stand out, but you guys seem to be doing that. What do you think it is that helps you stand out with all these Kickstarters happening at the same time? Any of you can start.
My tassels.
Nipple clips.
man, this is gonna be a long one, boy.
Listen, Alice. Now, real quick question for you. Where the hell? Can I share this on Facebook for people to come in, like share it on my page? Where the hell do I find you? I'm on the Written Writ and I don't see it.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
It should be on the Bitten Apple. Let's see. Yeah, it should be on the Bitten Apple.
Man, you got like 15 channels. I don't know where the hell to find you.
You talking? Like 50 channels.
Written Writ, Ralph Tavares Jr.
I mean, if Facebook worked the way it's supposed to, it should be able to get on any one of them.
You know, I think it's funny though. Like my show goes live, and it's supposed to like tell people, and everybody goes,
It never tells me.
The show goes live. Nobody said it doesn't say anything to me.
Yeah, those notifications in the apps never work.
Nope, they don't at all.
Yeah, I'm still looking for you. Can you just share it to my page?
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Oh, by the way, guys, I don't know if you guys know, but StreamYard has actually added something. If you are doing this from your own StreamYard, you can actually share it when you're doing somebody's show.
So there's a little blue tab up there that says stream this to your audience. You can click on.
I got it.
Seems like a lot of work. Hold on.
I found this out a while back because they sent me like a little message, and I'm like, oh my god, that gives them it's life so much easier.
It's too much reading for me. Guys, I'm an artist. I don't do reading.
What reading?
And we're here to talk about comic books.
Yeah. Scripts? What are scripts? I just scripted. Oh, sorry, I broke your rule. There you go. I was the first one, Rob.
I just make pretty pictures. I don't need words.
Angel didn't want to be Alice anymore, but Ralph just put him back in there.
Angel's like touring around and doing covers for everybody.
Hey, listen.
He's like,
listen.
20. Want a cover? Want a cover? And he's got a straight. He's got a long coat.
$20. $20 is $20, bro.
Listen, what I need is a bed cover, man. Can you make me a bed cover? I can't sleep without having your artwork in my arms, man.
I need a pillowcase.
I'll make it extra special, extra fluffy for you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I shared this to my page and it's not here.
Let me know if it shows up. I think I'm finding my own stuff here.
Dude, I just shared it to my page and it's not here. What the hell?
I'll find out. Let's see. Phil. Yes, folks, we teach everything here. Now we're teaching you a little streaming.
Oh, now it's there. That's weird. It shows up on my phone, not on my desktop.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
All right, so folks, we have Phil Russert, Rob Powers, Nick Hughes. What happened to the Son of Saint?
You clicked him out.
He had to go clean the kitchen.
And then there were 7.
So is Tony the youngest one in curls now?
I guess so. Yeah.
Hey, not young.
We were the Brady Bunch before.
Yeah.
I guess
Look
so.
inside.
Well, there goes Angel. He popped back in.
Had to go do the dishes.
Oh man! All right, so Rob, start off by give them the spiel. Let them know the whole thing. We'll hit you off one at a time. Go for it. Rob, like what?
Are you talking to me? I couldn't tell.
I told you to turn off the porn in the
I
background.
couldn't tell. I didn't know who he said.
You were paying attention to the porn so much you didn't even see me, man.
It's like Debbie's
All right,
doing
so
Dallas.
you want the spiel? Okay,
go
so
for it.
Cataclysm. The story of Cataclysm, he's supposed to be the 5th horseman of the apocalypse, but he declined the role. In doing so, he gets exiled to the wastelands of Hellscape, where he has to collect wandering souls and bring them back to processing for all eternity. It's tedious. It's a life of solitude, if it's a life at all, and he wants a vacation. Being a creature with certain abilities, like being able to seek out weak points in the veil, he decides to take a vacation to Earth. In doing so, he inadvertently kickstarts the apocalypse as other demons, monsters, and nefarious creatures kind of piggyback his cut through the veil. And now, if he wants to get a vacation, he's going to have to save the Earth from the apocalypse, and in his own selfish way, save the Earth from total annihilation and being taken over by Hellscape. So that's the spiel. I mean, that's the quick rundown. It's taken me, I think it took about a year to really get it all together, and I'm already working on issue number 2, and it's Cataclysm number 1 is one of 4 total books that I'll be putting out for this series, and in coming up and drawing, as I draw, I write. And I get ideas as I'm drawing, and then I jot those down so I can use them for future books and things like that. And I have so many crazy ideas for this character because he's so off the wall. I wanted to create someone larger than life, something monstrous, but not necessarily evil, you know. Right. I wanted a character that looked really evil, but not evil. You know, something that would scare you if you came across him, but he's not going to harm you unless you look at him wrong, you know? And yeah, I mean, that's about it.
I got to ask you, where did Cataclysm come from? Because it's almost like you picked him out of thin air.
Vacation, that's why.
I agree. I feel like that's what it is.
Hold on, take me away.
Well, Cataclysm is kind of like I pulled a lot of inspiration from a lot of different characters. Like, if you look at Raziel from Legacy of Kain, he has his face covered up, right?
Oh yeah,
I always loved that. So I gave him a bandana, something to mask him a little bit, to give way for some mystery of the character. You know, something to reveal later as a reason why that mask is on in the first place. A really cool plot point that will be coming up in issue 2. Nice. The tattoo is somewhat reminiscent of almost like Hellboy. You know how Hellboy has that special arm, the big fist. Mm-hmm. So the tattoo on his arm is also going to be a plot point in issue 2. So this is issue 1 is kind of like the setup to get the ball rolling. Issue 2 is when we reveal some special history and some knowledge more about the character. Right. And then issue 3 is just it's going to be insane. And then issue 4 is the conclusion, like the final chapter kind of thing. And so yeah, that I have everything planned out already as far as what I want to do with the character. And the monstrosity, of course, it's like the Hulk or Pit from Image Comics. Right. With the gray skin. And then if you notice, his legs aren't nearly as big as his arms, and there's a reason for that. The design of Cataclysm, I wanted it to look reminiscent of Earthworm Jim. You know how top heavy he is,
yeah.
and the slender legs, kind of cartoony and fun. I wanted to do something like that with him as well, but still give him, some muscle structure down there, but not nearly as big as his shoulders.
He
skip leg day.
guys in the gym. Yeah, exactly. He skips leg day.
Skip leg day. Yeah, we got time for that shit. I cursed. Sorry.
I cursed. Wasn't me today.
Get the streaming jar.
Not that it matters anymore, but hey, we try to keep it down.
Right.
We put the money towards me getting a new pair of underwear.
Oh man, dude, this stuff looks fantastic. You really went all out with it, especially with all the covers.
Yeah, that's an awesome cover.
That's my favorite cover right there.
Yeah.
I have to say, if you haven't read
amazing.
Pinguino's Revenge, Rob's blend of action, raunchy humor,
Yeah.
and believe it or not, he does throw in some good character development that that makes you like the characters. He has a good blend of storytelling in there that is accompanied by artwork that really is dynamic and energetic, and it's like fireworks just blowing up on the page. So you guys should check this out because Pinguino was great, and I'm excited I back this. I'm excited to read it.
I completely agree with Rob does an amazing job. You do a good blend of humor, of seriousness, and you have a really good way of storytelling with what you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. As for the covers go, I still have some more covers that are going up. I just haven't updated the Kickstarter yet. I have some other items that I'm going to be adding to it. So once I get everything in, then I'll put everything up together. It's probably going to happen sometime tomorrow. But I also have a cover from my boy Angel here. And
nice.
It's pretty sick. I sent it to your Facebook, Ralph.
Yeah, it's over here. I'll put it up in a minute. Hold on. Keep talking.
So his wife said to him when he said something stupid.
So this tier has my amazing book, Pinguino's Revenge. It's over 214 pages of
deliciousness,
cartoon violence, and ridiculousness. And you should definitely get that tier now that it's left the screen. And pinwheeling. There you go.
Damn, look at that.
That's Angel's cover right there. That looks so good. And look, the third rule right there.
There you go.
You want to explain the rule a bit? I know we talked about it in the green room, but for those guys out there,
just the 3/4 rule, so that you leave room for a title. So if you're a cover artist, you don't leave room for a title. I hate you. Everybody hates you. Everybody hates you. Leave room for a title, please.
And a corner box.
And a corner box.
So Angel,
and maybe even a signature.
Damn.
Oh, and don't put your signature so close to the end that the bleed cuts it off. That happens all the time too. You gotta sign it.
Bring it in a little bit. Bring it in.
Angel's out again.
There he is.
Of course, perfect timing, Alice.
We're showing off your work here, and you decided to leave. Come on.
I was having connection issues over here.
The kids keep unplugging my Wi-Fi.
Angel, you did a fantastic job with this. How did you approach
I
this?
appreciate it. So when I spoke to Rob about this, he was laying out pretty much what Cataclysm was supposed to look like. Pretty much big and bulky, like what you guys were discussing. Skipping leg day. We definitely wanted to have, because the first version of this, the muscle detail wasn't as pronounced as it is in this version here, like this final. He was just like, it needs to be more massive than that. He needs to show like how big and powerful he is from the waist up. And so that's pretty much all I really did. I really just concentrated on like really emphasizing like those muscle tones and giving them muscles in places where he maybe shouldn't have muscles, but I think that was just the point to make him look
Muscles
as
on
powerful.
muscles on muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the point to make him look as powerful as possible. And like those characters in the front. I'm not sure of the story, but I know when I spoke to Rob briefly, he kind of gave me some insight on some other characters, and I just kind of wanted to throw it in there, but didn't want you to really see what they were or who they were. It's just kind of foreshadowing, maybe
Right.
some battles later. So.
Mm.
Wow, that looks amazing. I gotta admit, Rob, I love the look of him because it kind of reminds me of like you were saying, animation. Also reminds me of the heroes of those heroes of the '90s, like the Max and the rest of the guys.
Yep. Yep. And that's where I pull a lot of my inspiration from when I'm designing characters. I feel like for me that was my golden era of comics, because at the time I didn't like comic books like that were early on, because I always thought the artwork seemed so blah.
Right.
And then in the 90s there was this explosion of new art, like Todd McFarlane, Dale Keown, and a bunch of other artists from Image and stuff like that, and it just always caught my eye because it looked so dark and menacing, and it made me realize that there could be so much more to comics than just being the funnies. Growing up when I was a kid, I always thought it was just like comics is for nerds, and then I looked at the books and I'm like, yo, this art is insane. This is insane. And I fell in love with it.
It's always a good way to
it's
endear people
just
to read
something
your
that kind of
books. You're all
stuck with me.
nerds.
Oh my God, it's just I really do love the design of it. It's same thing with Pinguino. You did an amazing job designing the character itself. Sometimes I feel like our creators just don't pay attention to the creation of their character. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I feel like it kind of like backfires on them because you have a good character yet you haven't done anything with them.
Yeah.
Dude, excellent. All right, Nick, let's go with you. Give them the spiel.
All right. Well, my character and everybody keeps. I've been posting on Reddit, and everybody's like, "That looks like a werewolf or a puppy Venom character," which it's similar, but yeah, okay. So this is a Spec Ops soldier that goes on a mission with his buddy. That the government wants this crystal that houses something that they want. Obviously, the government likes to put their hands in stuff that they don't need to. Well, Merc and Caillou decide to go on this mission together and find this crystal and find out that there is a symbiote species in there. I have to say symbiote, can't say venom because of trademark purposes. But instead of actually bringing it back to the compound where the government wants it, he accidentally consumes it and becomes Zoe, 3 different beings inside one character. So you have Merc, you have the werewolf that he gets bitten by on a previous mission. Didn't know he had it until the symbiote starts fighting with him inside the werewolf, because they're pretty much all 3 talking at each other. It's like 3 things talking to each other. And Zoe becomes Zoe. He's got 4 arms because there's 2 powerful entities or beings inside of him. So I gave him 4 arms. I like the whole 4-arm look. I got that from that big red guy from Ben 10. I always like that character.
Forearm?
I can't remember what his name was.
Forearms.
Oh yeah, 4 arms. That's what it was. Yeah, hello. I keep wanting to say big red, but that's the gum.
No, that's way big.
Yeah. And in the process of fusing with this symbiote, his buddy Caillou gets some of that symbiote as well, but it changes his into more sinister, villainish, destructive, and he ends up being into toxic radioactive smoke and a symbiote. And then he's like, I gotta stop this before it gets any worse. And then Zoe and Smoic decide to battle it out, kind of like a 1v versus 1 kind of thing.
Dude, this looks awesome. At first I thought it was a normal werewolf story, but then as I started looking into it, and then I hear you talking about it, I was like, oh, okay, this is nothing but this is not normal at all.
Well, Rob did the transformation, the one that you just passed not too long ago, where he's starting to infuse with the symbiote, and then the symbiote starting to come out with the werewolf. That piece right there. This piece just like dropped me when he made this. So I definitely give props to Rob, and even my cover of how he's captured. He's literally captured the thoughts that I've had of what it's gonna look like.
That's always amazing when it happens.
Yeah, exactly. When he did this, I was like, it's like taking it right out of my head, kind of thing.
I tell you, Rob is one of those guys that these like action sequences, like things that show like motion, like he's got that to its heat, man.
You feel the movement. You feel the without it even moving. You feel the movement without it moving.
Stop it!
Encore.
Are you blushing yet? Are you blushing yet?
We got Rob. Dude, you do great work.
It's the lights. It's the lights. I'm not
oh man, it looks fantastic. It really looks beautiful. A lot of color. It really pops.
I really like that art style too.
I love his art style, and that's what I said in the back in Phil's stream is I was looking at trying to hire Rob like a year and a half to 2 years ago, and he never answered any of my messages or anything like that. And I'm like, what the hell? What is this kid doing? I'm trying to give him some money here.
I don't remember what it was.
Some loser keeps bothering me about a book.
And then I finally got him on TikTok. I was like, dude, I had this idea. He's like, yeah, pitch it to me and we'll go from there. And he even said it himself. He's like, well, it must have been, I wouldn't say fate, but it was a reason why we waited this long, because he's obviously involved with his comic book art and stuff like that from when he first started on like social media till now. I'm glad I had to wait, because the stuff that he just puts out right now is fantastic.
It was crap back then.
Not crap. Some part, no.
Listen, if you're an artist, that's how you feel, man. I'm sure, Phil, if you look back at some of the stuff that you've written, you're like, what the hell was I thinking? How did I still think I could be an artist?
I'm just kidding.
And the cool thing right now is, and the people that are backing Rob, thank you for backing Rob, but what the heck are you guys doing? Why are you not backing me too? Because you have to back both of them to get that poster, okay? You can't just have one side of the poster.
That's right.
I
love this. I love this.
I love it too. I actually had a dream about this the other night of our characters. It just was fantastic the way it was.
Dude, yeah, Son of Saint, you did a great job at this thing. First you do a good job with the Cataclysm, then you do a great job with the Corrupt Moon. You're just on fire. I think he's not in the room anymore, is he?
Now he got
It's like, what the heck? I was gonna tell him about my character right here, that I was not expecting what it was looking like right here. Like, I was expecting something completely different, and this popped up, and his cover that he made was fantastic. And I like how he made the title like he did Rob's, where it was in the back, where it was kind of like included into the look of it. So
Cataclysm sidekick is under the table pulling out the Wi-Fi for flipping him the finger.
Medic's taking it out.
Yeah.
Yep. Right now I'm having a little issue with the computer, in case you guys are wondering. I saw this coming, so I'm not too worried about it, but at the same time, there we go.
Is it the porn link that was on Rob's computer?
It's poison and everything.
Woo, that was close. I thought I had lost everything.
I'm not on it, Rob.
Dang it.
I'm not on it, Rob. What are you talking about? Don't be sending me perverted messages asking for nudes.
Show me your tits, Phil.
There he is.
There we go, Son of Saint. Now we'll talk about it.
This connection.
I have a tissue in my hand, Rob. I'm watching the same thing you are.
I keep getting booted in and out.
Oh man. All right, so Rob, we were just talking about your amazing cover for Corrupt Moon. Where did this one come from?
This was actually a commission at first, just a one-off shot. He just wanted me to create his character in my style, and he sent over a bunch of concepts that he had actually drawn up, which were pretty cool. I'm like, okay, a four-armed, venomized, or symbiote-covered werewolf. Werewolf mercenary. It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful.
It is.
Say
that
Listen,
5
who can
times
say no to
fast.
that? Who can
I'm
say
leaving
no to
that
that?
alone.
But
Dude,
at the time, I was doing a lot of venomized mashups, and I was like, all right, let's go, let's do it. So
this will work.
That's what
Yeah.
drew me. That's what drew me in as I saw his venomized figures and characters, and I was like, "This is the man that's gonna make my stuff. This is the guy."
Yeah, you
yeah,
sure as hell
and
is.
I just
Yeah,
I ran with it.
that's
I did the sketch. He approved the sketch. Then I started inking and coloring, and then we made a logo and made it look like a comic book cover. And then he fell in love, and now we're making a comic.
It was originally going to be a Fortnite character for a contest
Whoa.
I was trying to win, and instead, you guys can see my concept images. I think they're down below as sketch things you guys can earn, and that's the model that you guys can see right here that you guys can get as well.
Wow.
That's been 3D animated, but I think it's down at the bottom. But I sent those to him for him to design or come up with. I mean, not even 2-3 days later, he had that character for me to. His eyes are also evolving. I've apparently found out too as well that they are trademarked. So I have to stay away from more of the venomized eyes. So that's why you see in the comics now, or my comic panels, is his eyes are actually looking different.
Yeah, they don't look like the usual Venom eyes.
Got to stay away from that, apparently. So
they look better, actually. I think they have a cooler look to them.
Rob did a kind of a cool idea where the eyeball was in the center, and there was kind of some type of white smoke, or not tattoo, but a outlining around his eye, which was kind of cool.
I think I remember seeing that.
As you probably can tell, oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm having more issues over here.
The funny thing about the symbiotes, symbiotes in the comics, they're not supposed to look like that. That got lost somewhere. It's not supposed to look like that because the black and white costume, Spider-Woman in Secret War, she had that outfit first, and Spider-Man subconsciously copied that design onto itself. That's how it came about. But somewhere along the line, everybody forgot about that, and all the Venoms look the way they do. I'm not supposed to.
Oh man, this looks fantastic. You did a great job putting this together. Son of Saint, dude, the cover looks fantastic. Oh, how did you come with it? Is he still there?
Am I still here?
Son of Saint.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I'm here. You guys hear me?
No, I was on the other screen. So.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm here.
All right, go ahead. Let
So the funny
how this happened.
So the funny part is that Rob connected me with Nick, and he sent me over his concept brief of the character, and I just got so, at that time I think I was reading a lot of Punisher, so I was like ready to go to do something that just had a lot of guns and was just ready to kill.
We definitely captured that.
I just thought it would be a good idea.
There goes
Yeah,
Manic
so
again.
I wanted to put
Move to civilization, for Christ's sake.
He must be on. He must be on dial-up or something. Grandma's
Yeah.
calling.
Yeah.
AOL is over.
Oh, there he goes. He's getting upset.
Move to civilization.
Well, you know, we all love Son of Saint. He does amazing covers. You know, if you want him to do a cover for you guys, he probably would. So,
So the funny part about this cover though is that Nick sends it to Rob while Rob's doing a live, and Rob's face just made my day, like for the rest of the day.
It looked like it was right out of a freaking movie. I was like, oh my god!
I love that
really.
he's got the 3 weapons and he's just like getting locked and loaded, ready to go out on the town, looking for trouble and stuff like that.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I really, you know, the 3 gentlemen that are here, you know, Phil, Rob, and Nick, you know, like I want to publicly thank you guys for, you know, allowing me to play with your characters, man. Like every cover I've done for all you guys has been nothing but a joy to create.
You play with him
and,
like Dark Helmet. You're like, oh, I love you.
I knew he was gonna say some shit. I knew he was gonna say some shit.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, we've all seen Grayson O'Connell, so like, you know, I'm just saying.
oh man.
I've
Greg Johnson says, "Hey guys," and Charles W. Morgan was here for a second, and he had to go.
Charles was. I think Charles was the first backer in my book.
Robin,
Shout out, Charles.
of how
That's quick. Gotta go.
But I'm gonna cut out of here too. This connection is pissing me off. I can't-
I was just telling them. I think Angel's getting pissed off over there.
Believe it. Yeah.
Angel, thanks for coming on. You know we love you. We'll have you on again. Don't worry.
Move to a populated area.
Listen, it doesn't help. It doesn't help that my workstation's in the nursery now. So.
Oh man.
So I'll talk to you guys soon.
Have a good night, Angel.
Rob, Nick, Phil.
Have a good one. Thank you.
Roman, Tony, Veda, Raph, everybody. Good night. See ya.
That was Son of Saint, folks. He does amazing covers, and if you commission him, he'll probably do a fantastic cover for you. So go do that. Now, since we've seen both Cataclysm and Corrupt Moon, I feel like it's time for some tragedy. So Phil, do your thing.
You want tragedy? Are you talking about my life? Or are you talking about my book? Which story do you want?
Charles was. I think Charles was.
That was weird. I got feedback about something Rob said 10 minutes ago. Anyway.
Yeah, I just heard that too. Okay.
I wasn't listening then to him. I'm not listening to him now. Anyway,
That's
right,
the real tragedy.
So Tragedy's got issue 5 out now, and thanks to everyone who got us funded in an hour, and it's rolling along, and I appreciate all of you greatly. The quick pitch is, if you were to take Boondock Saints and John Wick and mix it up with Big Trouble in Little China, that's just to touch the surface of what you get. The funny thing is, I also I was on a live stream yesterday, and I came up with another analogy of genre, and I can't remember what the hell it was, but it was perfect. Anyway, so she's an Irish assassin in Manhattan, but she's dealing with rival mafia. She's dealing with metahuman. There's Chinese mysticism. There's martial arts. But what I'm really most proud of is, and Ralph, you and I talk about this all the time, I'm tired. People don't know how to write heroes anymore. They either crumble and fall apart and someone else has to lift them up, Ben Kenobi, or they are perfect and do nothing wrong and they're just infallible from the start. And I think that's a mistake, because what makes a hero is not that they don't want to quit, not that they don't want to fall. They do. They get tired. They get beaten down. They want to, there's that part of them that says, I just love to lay down and quit. But the reason why you're here is you don't. You get up and you fight anyway. Tragedy gets her ass handed to her a lot. She also wins fights too, but she doesn't win every fight. But she gets up and goes to fight anyway. I mean, isn't that what tough is? Yeah. It's being able to say, hey, bring it. Adversity may slap you in the face, but you're gonna keep coming.
She could do
And
this all day.
Yeah.
exactly, and that's that an Irish scrapper. That's what I wanted. She's fighting her own issues, her own inner demons, so to speak, like we all do. I mean, how many of us face a day that we don't want to get up to all the time? And you just love to go in a fetal position, pull the covers over your head, and say, "I'm not doing this today," but you do, because you know what? That's at the core of all of us, right? You tap into it, you get up, and you do what you got to do, and you say, "F it, I'm gonna," bring it on.
That's what comics used to do. Heroes with feet of clay, like they were perfect in every way, but not in one way. So, but not anymore. I mean, you have these characters that they're just created and they're perfect in every single way. Everybody loves them, and I mean, good. That's boring, So.
And that's the thing is, I think people they relate to her when she falls. They feel it. They relate to that getting kicked in the teeth, because life is a son of a bee. But when she triumphs, it's like the old Rocky movies. You cheer for her. You feel like, hey, man, yeah. Remember when you went to the movies and you cheered at Rocky, or you cheered at those scenes where the hero, finally steps up. You love that stuff. I miss that. And some people, I think we're in such a pessimistic society, they call it corny. It's not corny. That's the stuff that we're built on. That's the stuff that motivates you. That's the stuff that makes you keep trudging through the crap. It's like Shawshank Redemption. He went through all that stone wall and his reward is to crawl through 4 football fields of garbage just to come out clean on the other side. And that's what this story at its root is about. But at the same time, I do a lot of big action sequences, 8 pages of fighting, because I get tired of reading a comic. It's a soap opera and you get 4 panels of fighting. I mean, these are characters with powers wearing spandex. They shouldn't be standing around talking.
That's another problem. We have these stories where people fight for like 2 panels and then they're sitting around in a cafe talking for like the rest of the time. What are you? Like, you're being for, I don't know.
We're fighting.
For comic fans, right? Like, what are you doing? I don't know.
Or topics that are stupid, like, I saw one thing about 2 women superheroes were complaining that a guy was in their DMs trying to get with her. I'm like, you know what? Put that crap down, all right? That's the stuff you wipe your rear end with. If you want comics that make you excited to read again, that make you want to come back for more, characters you can relate to, action that's fun and jumps off the page, the right amount of exposition without boring you, you got to pick up tragedy. And this book 5, it's the climactic end to the first story arc. I'm opening threads constantly, but I'm also closing some to give the reader a little closure, because if you open too much, people get frustrated. Like, you're giving me too many questions. I need a few answered. And a big one is answered. And it's round 2 between the Breath of the Dragon and tragedy in this issue. And Breath of the Dragon has a power set no one else has ever used in comics before. And I dare you to find somebody before my comic that did. I dare you. If you find them, show them to me, and I'll give you a 1 issue free of any cover of your choice.
That's the good thing. Sometimes you things have been done before, but sometimes it's to do them differently. It's to do them in a way that and maybe it's fresh.
On watching the fighting stuff, like I'm so curious about that dragon guy too, because of the way he fights tragedy. Like, it's so interesting.
We're at chapter 5. I'll tell you what his power is, because if you haven't, it's not a spoiler if you haven't picked it up by chapter 5. That's shame on you.
True.
Oh, I'm just talking about his fighting style. Like, she talks about how, like, he seems to read her movements.
He does. He has precognitive abilities. If he's within proximity of you, he can read your future 3 to 5 seconds, so you can't hit him. You can't beat him. And one gauntlet has a flamethrower, Breath of the Dragon, and the other one has a poison neurotoxin that temporarily paralyzes you. The guy's a beast, but the thing is, he's not a villain. Their fates have intertwined them several times. His journey is just as much in this as hers. And, I'm proud of the character designs I came up with, being that I can't draw. I get a lot of fan art, which is so flattering, and I get a lot of comments, even by professionals. I mean, you're looking at Peter David, Howard Mackey, and Chuck Dixon said that issue 1 was written really well. So those are 3 legends in the industry that I grew up loving. That means so much to hear that. And what I would tell you is, for a $6 PDF or a $15 floppy, you'll get beautiful art by Ricardo, and you'll get a solidly written story, and you might even find that next book that makes you excited to pick it up once it's out. But you won't know until you try. As a writer, I don't have the opportunity an artist does, in the sense that an artist can post their work and it's as simple as, I see it, I love it, I don't love it.
Yeah.
As a writer, I've got to convince you to trust me and read what I'm writing, or you'll never know. So I'm asking you for $6, even a PDF, just give the first issue a try, or buy the bundle and see for yourself. And I really don't think you'll be disappointed. But if you are, then come tell me. What do I need? What do you think could have been better? Or you have toilet paper for a week. I don't know what to tell you.
I like every time you say that. It's like, well,
that wouldn't last a
you
week
have
with
toilet
me.
paper for the week.
Well, I'm thinking, if your butt's wet when you do it, you're gonna have tragedy printed on your ass for the rest of your life, or at least for a while. So that'd be funny.
I mean, during the shutdown, there were some rough days, man.
People stealing, hoarding.
There was no toilet papers in the stores. I remember that. There was no toilet paper. There was no meat. There was no. Oh man!
Shout out to Kenny. Kenny's work is awesome. Scroll up one more time.
I'd say that's one of my favorite covers.
I love
right
that
there.
cover. That's a
Kenny
great cover.
Calderon is awesome. He's great to work with, and I love the fact that he's always doing something for my books. And the manga he's doing right now, a tragedy manga, is the best work of his career. I mean, it is so friggin' brilliant.
That's cool.
But he has to remind me every time I edit pages, I forget it's backwards because it's the Japanese manga. And I'm like,
So is it a retelling of the first issue?
It's the same. It's the same story, but in manga form. But I told him, do not look at the books. Do not look at what Ricardo did. Make this 2.0, your own book. So it's the same dialogue, yes, same story, but it's a totally different looking book.
Okay. I was just curious. That's cool.
Yeah, we wanted to reach the manga market and see what, because people are very territorial and tribal these days, and a lot of manga readers don't come over to Western comics. And I thought that she would really do well as a manga, so I wanted to bring her over there. And I didn't want to rewrite it because honestly, the stories I'm putting out, I really believe in them. I think they're great. Of course, what creator doesn't think their own stuff is great, even if it's crap? But I'm just saying, I'm just proud of it, and I don't want to take away from her story by writing a new one. And we have big covers coming, by the way, for the trade paperback that's going to come out in a few months. Bill Sienkiewicz, Chris Pachalo. I'm not going to name the other 3 right now until I see covers. So.
Well, the covers you have here already are like amazing.
I'm very fortunate to work with some of the best indie artists there are.
That's the one I picked. I picked that one.
That one's pretty awesome.
That is awesome, yeah.
That's Mock. Yeah, I mean, the story starts off with Jesse, who travels through shadows, is the head of the Chinese mafia, and Breath of the Dragon, in finding himself again and finding his honor, no longer wants to be the assassin for the Chinese mafia, and that doesn't bode well, as you can see on that cover by Javier Lugo.
Wow.
So we open with a 6 or 7 page fight, and Breath of the Dragon's precognitive abilities don't work on him when he's in the Shadow Realm. So he's a legitimate threat now to the Breath of the Dragon. And Breath of the Dragon gets wounded in the fight just in time to step outside, and there's Tragedy looking for round 2. So
that's a bad day.
Yeah, it's a bad day for Breath of the Dragon, but and then Tragedy's got to deal with the horrible truth that she found out, the lie that was kept from her. And she's going to deal with that in the second half of the issue. The issue it moves. It's got a lot going on. It's balls to the wall action and resolution that I think is satisfactory at the end. But it's a continuing story. It's an ongoing series. I have 26 issues written. I have about 75 issues worth of story in my head. This thing deals with immortals and demons and metahumans. And man, it's not. If you look at this and think this is just some urban vigilante, that's not what this book is. I'm telling you, it is so much deeper than that. There's so much more. Rob's read at least until I think issue 11. Ralph has read to like 8.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, it's just written differently than other stuff. I mean,
I gotta say, Phil, I read a lot of stuff and I write a lot of stuff, and you do a great job at actually crafting the story really well, and it pushes itself forward, and you don't really put things out there. Like, you don't put characters out there that don't need to be there. You don't put things out there that don't need to be there. Everything you put out there eventually comes around, and I feel like that's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been told that people love that there are no wasted characters. I develop everybody in this. There's a lot of supporting characters, and they're interesting.
Yeah, I said that. I was one of those people that said that when I first read those issues, and
exactly.
I still stand by it, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I like to create the villains that you love to hate and the villains you hate to love.
I like that.
I
like that.
Yeah, because I mean, how many times have you watched a show where the villains are real nasty, but you like them? You like them, and sometimes you even understand them. You may not agree with their execution, but you sure as hell understand them.
I gotta admit, like, both you and Rob did this thing where you can actually get the books, either the books from the tragedy itself or the books you've done before. I always feel like sometimes people who will do Kickstarters miss out because they don't put the rest of their stuff into the Kickstarter.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I did another book called The Dynamics, which is it's like Power Pack and the Incredibles, and it's based on my family's superpowers. It's got humor, etc. And Rob was the first person. I knew he was perfect for the book, so Rob did the studio cover and the interiors, and he captures facial expressions very well. As much as we talk about his dynamic action, he gets the facial expressions in a nice, especially when you want it to be comical. And animated, Rob gives you that energy in life. And let me tell you, based on my kids, my youngest is hilarious. And in this, she's 8 years old and she's super strong and invulnerable. And in real life, my kid is tough as nails. She's like, bring it, I'll sock you. I mean, she's that kind of kid. But there's humor, there's charm, the charm of a family, and in the ways we can relate, right? Like, it starts off with a dad who's tired from work and just wants to watch TV, and these two are acting up. And meanwhile, they're acting up with superpowers. One's super fast, the other one's lifting the couch while I'm sitting on it, and I'm like, put this down. She's dropping the couch, and I'm a tired dad. I just worked all day. I just want to relax. And it's just. It has family dynamics. It has dynamic powers. And there's the other pun, powers, right? There's the other double entendre because Rob Powers drew it. And reviews have just started coming in on this book. I'm getting messages constantly, and people are telling me they really hope the book continues. It funded on Kickstarter, but honestly, it underperformed for me. And I think it's just tough because Kickstarter, people want like big name covers or boobies and stuff, and you're not getting boobies on an 8 and 11-year-old.
I gotta admit, I was surprised because this book is actually, it's really good. A great story. It has that feel of 80s classic comic books, which, fun, action, family. Dude, it's just an amazing book.
And Rob nailed it, and I love what he did. And I want everybody to understand. You look at Rob's art and you may feel, oh, that's cartoony, because some people don't like cartoony. It is, but if you appreciate art, you'll understand the expressiveness that he's able to put forth. Not every piece of art has to be 90s detailed anatomy. That's not what's important. What's important is the storytelling, the flow of the panels, how immersed you can be in a book because of what the art is bringing. And Rob immerses you in the book with the facial expressions, the energy of movement. Even if it's not a fight scene, he has an energy of movement just in kids clapping, high-fiving, whatever. He took my humor or the lightheartedness of the book, and he put it right through every panel with the art. And I don't want people. This is not a kiddie book that a parent's going to be bored. It's like a Pixar movie. It's something that you can watch appropriately with your children and not worry about bad content. But at the same time, you're like, oh, this is good. I enjoy this as an adult. So I'm asking people to give this a shot because I really think you won't be disappointed. And then there's Withered, which is just nasty all across the board. So,
but it's funny because I love Rob's art, whether it's the serious stuff, whether it's the cartoony stuff. Because the cartoony stuff reminds me of all the great cartoons of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
you know, and those things weren't just for kids. So
I agree. Well, you can watch Hanna-Barbera.
So. Oh man. Yeah, you guys all are amazing. You do a great job. It's fantastic to see you guys trying to like shake up the industry. You know, especially you, Phil, because you know you're going all over the place as I'm showing all this off, and at the same time, you know, you're going classic with like art books here. You know,
Rob Powers has an art book here for you to buy as well. If you like his art, it's right there. I even show a sample of his Ghost Rider Wolverine mashup. You should really check it out. There's Rob Powers is all over this. Who the hell is calling me now? Wow. One of my patients is calling me right now. You do realize it's 11:30, right?
Wow.
Yeah, they do this all the time. They call at 3 a.m. And then we got shot glasses to toast. I want everybody to know that whether it's Gage the Wolf or Rob or Nick, if you could just once a week sacrifice that cup of coffee at Starbucks or something and go get the PDF even of one of these guys' campaigns, you're making a big difference in their life. You're helping them hire others to do art and everything. So it's a domino effect. You're putting money into the indie community economy, which is required for us to keep giving you quality talent.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that. That's Rob.
Sick.
That is sick.
I remember when Rob did this one. I was like, whoa.
Well, I mean, think about it. A $6 or $5 PDF investment makes the world of difference in helping out. Like if 15 people did that times $5, imagine how much you're helping Nick and myself and Rob, you know, Engage the Wolf. And you might just wind up saying, hey, this was a great return on my investment for a simple $5. I got this great story. Don't count us out because we're not big names, because some of these books, if we were a name, would be selling off the shelves in droves. You give them a shot.
And even just on Facebook, just sharing a little bit helps so much.
That is true, but sharing isn't going to get us the money to pay for the next book. So please, back. Please. Even if it's just donate, if it's not your thing, but you want to donate a little, throw $5 at.
Yeah, we were just saying like on Monday's show that even if you're throwing in $1, because the more people you have work on your project, the better the algorithm is for you. So that dollar actually helps out a lot because that gives you another backer.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not. I was to say we're not doing it for the money either. We're doing it for the storytelling. And people are like, "Well, you're just doing it to make a buck." It's like, no, we're not doing that. We're doing to broaden the lives and
you're losing exactly. Phil, we're losing money.
Exactly.
We're losing money. I'm gonna be like,
it's a passion play.
I'm gonna be $4,000 in the hole. So it's like I'm eating the publishing. Like it's like, who cares about the money? It's the storytelling and seeing that person open it up and smile and be like, yes, I love this.
If it wasn't for me getting my wife to pole dance, I don't know how I'd afford
Only hands, show feet pictures.
We say it here all the time, you know, nobody's making any money off of these Kickstarters. All they're doing is putting it back into the books, showing you the passion, bringing you the books that you want to see, you know. So, you know, the more you support them, you know, the more you support the book.
Paying to feed Rob and his kids, you know.
Look, honestly, it boils down to trust, right? People trust you could take a big name writer who maybe he wrote something great 10 years ago and hasn't written anything great since, and people will still trust that person and come out in droves to buy their book, right? Yeah. But they don't trust us because we don't have that history. But we can't create that history if you don't start buying the book and finding out if we can do what we do. It's kind of like they won't hire you until you have experience, but you can't get experience if you don't get hired.
Mm-hmm.
We need you to put your trust in us for $5 and see if you like what we're doing. And if you don't, okay, thank you for putting that trust and giving it a try. Not everything's for everybody, but what if you do? I mean, there's so much garbage entertainment out there flooding the system now that I don't even know if people know what good entertainment is anymore. You know? But there's
Well,
so
we've
many
all,
great
we,
people.
like you were saying, we've all run into that where there's like a spectacular director or spectacular writer, and they do something great, and then their next thing's iffy at best. You know, I mean, so you're building a fan base. You're hunting for your fan base right now. You know.
Exactly.
Well, we've become a society of building a brand, and man, we just want to put out good stories, and we need you to keep doing that. So please, please support.
Tragedy's spectacular looking, and
Yeah.
man, I want to look at Corrupt. How far away are you from getting that poster, Nick?
Which one?
The Corrupt Moon
Cataclysm.
So
Cataclysm,
the thing is, like, I think Rob's got 26 backers right now, but the people that are over there and getting those 26 people, they have to do both sides. So if you do Rob's, you should be doing mine. I'm not trying to be just on mine, but you
that's how it works, though.
You won't get that poster unless you back both of them.
How far are you from getting it on Corrupt Moon?
I put it. I don't know. I think I put it a little high because I thought I would get a little bit more people in here. I put it at 80 backers. So 80 backers will get everybody in their mom will get one of these. After 80 backers, and I'm right now at 13. So
it's nice that you put the moms in there and you think of them too.
The mom's got to agree too, you know. Screw days of our lives.
That's just a great looking piece right there.
Oh, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I already know how Rob and I came up with it. We were just thinking about something like collabing, like a collab piece. We came up with trading cards, and Rob shot that down, and you know. And then bookmarks and then we're like, let's do a poster.
Well, I didn't shoot down the trade. I like the idea. I just think we should use it as like maybe a stretch goal. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
You know,
yeah, because who wouldn't want a card like this? Rob, let me ask you this, because you are all over the place. You are really busy, man. I don't know how do you do it. You know, you're on TikTok, you're on Twitch, you're on YouTube. I'm like, dude. I'm already tired just doing half the stuff you do.
It's a hustle, man, and I'm just trying to build the brand, you know, just like you guys were talking about earlier, and it's all about trying to stay consistent. And it's the only way you can get your numbers up. And all I'm trying to do is be able to make a living doing what I love to do while supporting my family. That's my goal. That's it. You know,
well, you're doing a great job because, like I said, you're everywhere, and I enjoy watching you on TikTok. I enjoy the crowd that's around you, especially the people that love your art. You know, it almost feels like a family over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're awesome, and the majority of them follow me over on my Discord, and you know, they'll ask questions throughout the day. I'll check it randomly, and I'll respond to each and every one of them if they have questions about what program I'm using, how do I get this effect out of the program, or what iPad I have. Like, I get random questions like that all the time. And one of the things I was talking about in my live the other night was I hate when I find an artist that I love and you can't reach them. You can't contact them. If you do contact them, they never reply back.
Yeah.
And listen, I get it. Like, when you have over listen. I don't even remember that. I don't even remember.
I gotta go back and screenshot it because I know I kept it.
You have to. You have to keep it. But I usually try to respond to everybody. Okay, except for Nick.
He just says they ask him what color his underwear is all the time, and he gets weird.
So it's, you know, I just always try to be thoughtful for the people that put their time into what I'm working on, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do it. You know.
Exactly.
Plus, you just hit 100K on TikTok. So, did you?
Did I?
I think you did. I swear, I thought you did.
Don't play with me.
Hold on. I thought you did. Hold on. I thought you did.
That's funny.
Somebody said it in chat.
In our chat?
Nick is checking.
No, your chat.
Who
Oh, no, you're not. I thought they said
You
didn't.
son of a you.
You got Rob all excited for a minute.
Just kidding.
I thought they said it in chat.
Just kidding.
You were gonna have me concerned. I was like, man, we have an active chat checking up on our socials since when?
Oh my God. Nick, I gotta say, dude, you're over there on YouTube doing your own thing. How do you end up doing a comic book?
I honestly have no idea. I just pretty much I'm not gonna lie, like I had no drive to make a comic book, and I've thought about making a written book, and I mean nerd stuff all the time. I'm doing toys, figurines, whatever have you, and I don't know what it is. I came across Rob on TikTok and Instagram one day, and I know they had like a contest for who can make the coolest looking skin for Fortnite for Fortnitemares. So I came up with my own little character,
Nice.
whatever. And obviously I didn't get picked, which is it's okay. But then I was kind of like thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? This thing or this character could be a comic book anti-hero. I don't like the whole hero. I like the whole Deadpool where he does the things that he wants to do. Yeah, he might save some people. Some people might die, but he still saves the main at the end of it. And I was like, I gotta make this into a character. And came over Rob, and then it went to Angel, and then it went to these other guys, and it just sped off. And I never thought I would make a story myself.
To go, though.
Yeah, I never thought I could write a story and stuff like that. And yeah.
Well, you do content for YouTube, and a lot of that stuff maybe it's not written, but you're putting it all together.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Right. So, it makes sense to me, especially like I see you do some of the supernatural stuff as well. And that's pretty much voiceovers on trying to say, well, this is what I think, or this is how I react to it. So I can see you doing a story.
Well, the next one, issue 2, is going to have not paranormal, but some type of entity involved as a villain. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want to bring some type of scary looking nasty beast into the second one.
You're going to put Rob in the book?
Unless he sells me the rights, I would love to.
Love you, Rob.
Oh my God, that's funny. And Son of Satan's over here going, you gave him hope, then you snatched it away.
You hit 100,000 on TikTok.
Well, I have to say, dude, you are amazing at helping people out with their Kickstarters, or just the stuff that you do with the logos and all that other stuff. You really are good at putting all that stuff together.
Yeah, I mean, it's about being cohesive with branding, and I always feel like that's like the main goal when you're putting something together, like say even a comic or for a company, you want everything to be cohesive so people see it. When they see it, they know that's what it is. Like the Nike symbol, put it on anything, it's the Nike, it's by Nike. It's the same thing. It's all about being, again, cohesive and, just hammering it into people. Like this is the style, this is what it looks like. You can see it from a mile away. You can, oh, I've seen that before. That's this by that guy.
It's not just that. It's when you do you do logos well, because what you do is you make it an icon in the sense of the font. Even, for example, if you saw another word written the same way Spawn's logo is written, you subconsciously right away think of Spawn. You go to Spawn. Or remember the Avengers when they had the arrow through the A and everything, or the Uncanny X-Men. So when you see any other logo, say they're doing an homage cover, you'll know right away, oh, that's the X-Men, because the font is legendary, right? So when you do a logo and you're planting that seed that like we're going to talk about Godslayer, right? So his logo is his logo, but when he makes it big, if you see that same font with a different word, you can be, oh, that must be an homage to Godslayer. You know what I'm saying? And that's what branding is. You want to bring people you want to be so recognized that even when someone steals from you, they know where it was stolen from.
That's actually really true. And Rob, you have a great eye for it because I've seen other people do logos and stuff, but your stuff really pops.
Thank you.
I was gonna mention that when we were going through the covers, how like each color change just made that tragedy logo freaking look
purple,
even better.
blue, green, yellow. It still
that gold one was awesome.
Well, that tragedy logo is actually a collaboration between me and my wife. She does a lot of After Effects and Photoshop stuff. I started getting into that myself this year, but like up until this point, that's all been her. So I gave her like the layout for the logo, and she just took it and made it look 3D, gave it like bounced off light on the edges.
But Rob also and Maura did a fantastic job adding to what he did. But every logo I have is by Rob. I mean, Dynamics is by Rob, Withered is by Rob, Arcane Syndicate is a new book coming, Displaced. He does all my logos because I know, and that's the thing is, he'll offer you 3 revisions or the package for unlimited revisions. I know he's gonna nail it within the first or second try, so it's a no-brainer to go.
He did it in like 30 minutes. For
Yeah.
me, he had 3 of them ready and was like,
he
"Here,
didn't
look
give
at
a shit
these."
about yours. That's why. But I mean,
oh, thanks, Robin.
That's what you get for telling me I had 100,000. Now your logo is gonna be like chicken scratch.
This liar.
Son of Satan is saying, Phil wanted to say legendary somehow. See, he understands brand.
Hey, that's the thing. I represent Rob as well as Kenny and a bunch of other people with Legendary Illustrations. So yeah, if you want a logo, reach out to me.
I gotta admit, both of you guys have been helping out with a lot of Kickstarters. I know you guys helped out with Charles W. Morgan's Kickstarter of Cold Cutter, which is out right now, and you guys should go support that one too. It has a familiar voice in there somewhere.
Yes.
So there's people out there. They're doing their Kickstarters. They want to do what you guys are doing. What kind of advice do both of you have for them?
Go ahead, Phil.
Why me? All right. He's like, go ahead, Big Mouth. Go ahead, Big Mouth. You were going to speak anyway. He's not wrong. If you want to do a Kickstarter, all I'm going to tell you is, first of all, it's great that you want to pursue your passion, but representation is everything. Do it right or don't do it at all. If you don't have the means to get the right artist, to get the logo done, then you got to wait. I'm sorry. Get a second job, bust your ass, and get the money. I'm sorry, because you put out a poor product, you can't be surprised you don't fund. The second thing, the most important thing is, learn and research before you jump in. Comics are a business.
Yes.
And there are things you have to learn. Just like any business, there are certain etiquette practices as well. Like, how many people reach out to me as a rep and they don't understand, all right, if you commission Rob to do your sequentials, you don't own the pages. You have to buy the pages separately. Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand that, and they think I'm swindling them. They get mad at me and curse me out. Listen, why do you think Marvel and DC artists have the pages for sale on their table? Marvel and DC don't own those pages. Own them, They own the characters. They don't own that work.
But Phil, that's also why you buy everything from all the creators you work with.
Damn right.
Yeah.
My point is, there's so much to learn, whether it's branding, how a Kickstarter works, what the intent of Kickstarter is, all the processes and disciplines in making a comic, because people don't think about the logo in the corner box. They think, oh, I want to create a character and it's all going to be great. Here's the other thing. Don't go to Rob and say, I want you to draw my book and I want you to create my character and the look of my character. Character design is a separate paid for service. And you need to give co-credit, and you need to talk about royalties, because if your comic character ever becomes big, Rob is a co-creator. He's the one who gave it the aesthetic that it has. That because no matter how great a writer you are, the cover, the art brings the reader in, and the writer keeps the reader. But they never come in unless the art brings them to you.
Exactly.
So Bane is known as Bane because not just because Chuck Dixon wrote a great character, but because Graham Nolan made him look the way he did.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have that respect with artists, and you have to understand how things work in a comic. It's not just, oh, I like pretty pictures and I want to make up a story and boom, we have a comic. It doesn't work that way. And you have to have patience with artists. You're not the only person they're probably working with.
Yeah.
You know, I know we all get excited about our book, but you can't expect them to be turning in 3 pages a day.
And Rob's everywhere.
Yeah, Rob is everywhere.
But seriously, learn the business. Learn the ins and outs of every part of it, and you'll only be better for it when your work finally gets put to page. Be patient, be prepared, because this is a business. And what you put out immortalizes you, right? What tragedy looks like is what I'm going to be known for. What Rob is going to be known for. Everybody else's work is going to be known for. That's your portfolio, the work you put out, what's on the shelf. And if it looks subpar, it also hurts the indie community because we get looked down on as we're not professional.
That is totally true.
Sorry, that's harsh, but that's the truth.
It is the truth. I completely agree with you, Phil. My book has been slowly moving along because I'm trying to make sure that everybody gets paid who needs to get paid. And that just means that I need to work my ass off to make sure the book happens. And if it takes forever to get there, I'm happy with that. I want my book to be something that I'm proud of.
I feel like Phil called me out because I just jumped in head first and I didn't know squat. I got lucky. I had a group of people who kind of mentored me through, but I just jumped in head first and I didn't know squat. My pages weren't done in the right sizes. Like I had all kinds of struggles with my first book. So, and I still think I'm learning tons of stuff as I'm going. So.
Oh, we all learn
as long as you course correct along your way, you'll get there.
Yep.
But
that's what the important thing is.
And what you were saying, like there's certain etiquettes, like when dealing with artists and dealing with other creators, like that's a great point. Like that rapport between like the creator and the artist, like you can tell you and Rob have like a killer rapport. You know, and building that's a big deal.
Rob secretly hates my guts. He curses me every second he gets.
He's such a pain in the ass.
He's an Irish big mouth prick.
He's a good dude. He's a
swear
good
jar.
Dude. Such a pain in the ass.
You know why I'm a pain in the ass? Rob wants to play video games. I want to work.
I can work and play video games. I can work and play video games.
Oh, you draw with your feet?
Yeah.
That's
no, not my foot. Not my foot.
So, Rob, what do you have to say? Because I know you help with a lot of Kickstarters now as well, and especially
he basically took the words out of my mouth. I was gonna say, like, you should always just put your best foot forward, especially if you're going to the general public and trying to showcase something that you've done. Don't subpar it. Don't half-ass it. Just do your best to make the best quality that you can out of what you're trying to create, because you're going to be judged on it. And it shouldn't matter what other people think when it comes to, like, if it's art or writing, if it's your creative talent, whatever it may be. But in the end, you're trying to get people to notice you. And the only way that they're going to notice you is if you stand out in a good way.
Right.
Yeah, by hiring Rob and Phil. There you go.
Yeah.
I gotta admit, though,
screw it, just jump
you
in.
do bring a lot to the game, the show, because anything that has your logo on it tends to like shine really bright. And Phil is a great promoter.
He really is, man.
Dude,
he like comes to me with, like, I ask him, like, should I have done that? Like, I randomly message him. I'm like, should I have done it this way? And they're like, no, you're actually pretty good. If you just tweak this and maybe we do something like that. And I'm like, all right, that makes sense. You're smart. You know, that's like legit one of the conversations we had. I was like, yeah, okay, you're smart.
By the way, I just got a compliment from Rob. I don't feel well. Are you all right?
All right, folks. I see we are at the top of the fifth, at the quarter mark, I should say. So, starting with Nick, let's go with you first. Give everybody the heads up on all your stuff, your book, what you do on the side. Give them everything. Go for it.
I'm a content creator on YouTube is my biggest following. I do pretty much everything nerdy. I do my occasional paranormal kind of stuff like that. It intrigues me and so forth like that. I'm obviously now a comic book creator, writer, not illustrator, because my stuff looks like not as good as Rob's, but overall, I'm a content creator that likes to make people not worry about their problems when they come home, kick back and enjoy some good videos and now good book. So
there you have it, folks. Go check him out. Go check out his YouTube. He does a lot of great stuff there too. Dude, these guys are all talented. You need to go follow them on their individual pages. Nick, tell them where they can find you.
If you type in Zawoki anywhere, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Rob's mailbox, that's where you can find me as Zawoki.
I gotta admit, even if you type in Nick Hughes, you kind of pop up as Zawoki.
Oh, do I? Oh, I did not know that.
All right, Rob, go for it.
I'm Rob Powers, freelance illustrator and graphic designer, available for hire through Phil, of course, who reps me as my art rep. Incredible guy, very smart, pain in the ass, but there he is. I am available on all my socials as Def Shogun. I have a link tree. You can go to all my socials. In my bio, I have my link tree, which links to all my projects and everything that I'm associated with so far. So you can check that out. I do comic books I do writing, illustration, drawing, inking, coloring, lettering, logo design, character design. I do video editing and
trailers for your campaign, man. You want a commercial or a trailer for your campaign?
You do a great job with those.
Yeah, commercials for campaigns, commercials for anything really, and I've got this Kickstarter, Cataclysm, one of 4, is available right now. So pick it up while you can because there are limited copies.
And Rob is everywhere, man. TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, dude. Yep. All you gotta do is go look for him. You'll find him.
Pornhub.
Dude, when he does his art,
OnlyFans,
it's just amazing to watch. Right before we get to Phil, Son of Saint actually said something really nice about Phil. Phil's good with advice. He's giving me plenty when I'm working on other titles.
Yeah, I told him quick comics. There's no money in it.
All right, Phil, it's your turn. Hit up with all the beats.
All right, before I get into me, I'm very serious when I say this. Please support the indie community. Everyone here works hard at what they do. They're trying to give you quality, passionate work, whether it's Cataclysm, whether it's whether it's Nick's book, because I have a bad memory. I forgot the exact title, so I apologize. Corrupt Moon, there you go. I knew it was Moon. Anyway, I was trying to stall until he put it up there. Anyway, so please support, help their dreams come true, and you're also helping other people be employed. And the more money that flows into the indie community only emboldens it to start rivaling the mainstream as far as quality of talent. So having said that, Tragedy is live right now on Kickstarter. It's Chapter 5 with issues 1 through 4 catch up, as well as everything that Filbo Publishing publishes. I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on me. Do not sleep on Filbo Publishing because you're going to regret it. Hindsight sucks. You didn't know that Todd McFarlane was going to be Todd McFarlane when you were reading Spider-Man. They told him don't do spaghetti webbing. They told him you can't put a knee behind a head like that, and they were all wrong. So do not fall asleep on me because this train is rolling forward, and you're either on board or you're missing it, and I would hate to see you miss it. We have great titles from Filbo Publishing. Tragedy's going strong right now. We really want to see these numbers go up, please. This is a campaign that does $13,000, almost 300 backers. I know the economy is tough. Do what you can to support, but come on out. You're not going to be disappointed. This is the climactic finale to the first story arc, and I'm telling you, this book is got it all. So go check it out, as well as everything else that Filbo Publishing publishes. You can reach me for all the artists that I represent. We can help do everything you need for a book. Like Rob said, whether it's logo design, corner box, character design, penciling, inking, coloring, lettering. We can do sequential work, cover work. I can even run your Kickstarter for you. We can create pages for you. We can do everything soup to nuts for your book and help you be professional. So that's legendary. Philbo, you got all the books, and go to www.philboentertainment.com where you can buy all my books. You can get PDFs from independent creators like Rob Powers on the Indie Artist Alley. You can get swag like shot glasses and prints and art, and you can buy all the original art and fan art that we have from Legendary Illustrations, as well as sketchbooks that we have from a bunch of the artists. Rob has a sketchbook on the Tragedy campaign. Go check it out. philboentertainment.com.
And this weekend,
you act now for the low price of $3.99.
And this weekend, if people want to buy the books directly from you this weekend, you're going to be somewhere, aren't you?
Oh, that's right. Thank you. I will be local at the Cradle of Aviation at CraterCon this Saturday and Sunday. I will have the Dynamics available. I will have my prose book, The Devil's in the Details, available. I will have Tragedies 1 through 4 available just in time for you to jump on the Kickstarter and get number 5 and see what all the buzz is about. This is a book that Chuck Dixon, Peter David, and Howard Mackey, 3 major writers in Marvel and DC, say is well written. So if you don't believe me, believe them.
I agree with them.
Mic drop. All right.
There you have it, folks. Go check out Phil this weekend at CradleCon, and you can actually buy the books directly from him if you're having a little trouble and you just want to get the book directly instead of like through mail.
And if anybody has trouble with Kickstarter, anybody's Kickstarter, you can reach out to me and I'll help you navigate through their page, whether it's Nick's page or Rob's or myself. I'm happy to help with any questions, and if you don't know how to navigate Kickstarter.
That's always good.
And they don't take your money until the end of the campaign, so you don't have to hold on. You can pledge now.
Exactly.
If you know you're getting paid in the next 30 days, you can pledge now. You can up your pledge if you want to later on as well, but you don't have to wait.
Mine's like crickets right now. Cricket.
After the first 2 days, you always hit a wall. You have to have something to incentivize them towards the middle of the campaign. Get something new in there, something really eye-catching, something that'll make everybody want to up their pledge or get new backers.
I found that as the Kickstarters have been going up, I've been noticing that what they've been doing now is they don't release everything in one shot. They start to release things little by little. That way the attention stays on the Kickstarter the whole time.
Yeah, just wait to see the covers that I'm adding.
There we have it. Those are Phil Russert, Nick Hughes, and Rob Powers. And you guys really should support these books. You guys keep complaining about Marvel and DC and what they're doing. Dude, support these comics. These comics are where you want and the stories you want and what you want. So there you go. Stop waiting for DC and Marvel to do it.
Amen.
We don't have any corporate interests. We don't have shareholders. We have no agenda. There are no soapbox or pulpits here. We're just putting out good stories. If you love comics, give it a try.
Exactly. And of course, I wanted to say a little thing about Cold Cutter because it was having a little trouble, but hey, look, they funded.
Yes. Congratulations,
All
Charles.
right.
That's
I've
awesome.
been pushing for him. I've been trying to put this up. I'm like, dude, because he got stuck in a certain place for a while there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how Kickstarters are, though. But now he can relax a little bit and try to get more money.
We got to get him a cushion because if anybody drops out, he's now under.
He's in trouble.
He needs a cushion. Let's go, guys. Come on.
Like we like to say here on the Bit and Apple, we like to at least see a creator double his money. Because once he doubles his money, that's being in a good place. It's better to have more money, but double the money is always good. All right, cool. There you have it, Cold Cutter. Go check it out. It's an amazing little detective story. And believe me, you guys will enjoy it. All right. There was one more thing I wanted to show because we love our pal Mike here. Hold on. Are you going to give me trouble? Are you going to post? There it is. Boom. Mike Ratliff is an amazing artist. Go check out his work. I really like what he does and how he does it. He's put this art book out there. He's already at 2016, but the more money you get, the better it is. So let's go help him out. And dude, there's tiers here, and this is amazing to me because, you know, commissioning an artist is always very expensive sometimes, and he has them part of his tiers. You can commission him and get the book at the same time. That's just amazing. And it's
awesome.
not even an expensive price. So go get Mike to commission something for you and get his art book. Help him out twice.
I love his work. I love his style and everything.
I agree. I actually found Mike through you, Rob. So
Yeah.
And ever since I saw his stuff, I've been like, ooh. I told him that as soon as I can get the money to him, I'm probably gonna have him do a Hugbert piece. Because I think
he would kill it on a Hugbert piece. Oh my god,
art style is just right there with Hugbert.
It's perfect.
So yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, I got a plan for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, am I missing anything else here before we go? Nat, Tony?
Yeah.
You want me to do the bullet points or no?
Go for it.
All right, so preface. There is one book here that I know nothing about that is entirely off of Jordan. The name is War Lion, and he'll be here next week to talk about that. But in the meantime, we have a small little collection of books here. If Ralph could just pop them right on up. First one we got here, if you were watching Monday's show, we have Tales of Asunda, also known as Niobe. Their Kickstarter is going on right now. And am I going to click off before it gets on the screen?
Probably.
All right, we'll move on. And then there's also The Good Boy. If you remember Good Boy, it's basically the John Wick, but in reverse, where the dog is now the fighting assassin. They have... Oh, he is waiting. I am not even there. I am not even there anymore.
My computer is not agreeing with me. But there you go. They're doing really well. Stranger Comics, they're amazing. This is a great story. The art is beautiful. They're at 52,791 out of 10,346 backers. 26 days to go. Woo!
Oh, is it? Wait, is it not changing? I am changing the project, and it is not changing, but it's capturing my mouse.
Dude,
that is hilarious.
Backers, that's a lot of money. Wow, how much are people backing per backer? That's crazy.
That's good. I think the issues he has a large following.
It's got to be like $1,000.
No, I'm saying is the amount of money per backer is very high. That's because that's not a. I mean, it's a good amount of backers, but for 52,000, that's not a lot of backers for 52 to garner.
No.
52,000.
There's some major. He has some major pledges in here.
I was gonna say they got to be like up there in the.
Because the lowest print pledge is only $20.
That's wow, good for them.
Yeah, he was here on Monday. We talked to him. Yeah, but he does have like some tiers, and he has a lot of books right now. He's been doing this for a while, so I think since 2008. So his collection of books and he put them all on this Kickstarter. So if you guys want to catch up, you can actually go on the Kickstarter and catch up.
Nice.
All right, what am I looking at here, Gage?
Next one should be Good Boy. If you remember Good Boy, we like Good Boy. Good Boy is basically John Wick, but in reverse. Dog basically becomes the assassin after people kill his human. They're doing a vinyl figure, and hit that notify me button. It helps boost it, and you'll get a nice looking figure. Mostly because Jordan wants some extra rewards.
The figure looks nice. And Good Boy is a good book.
It is. Very good.
He's actually doing a video game too.
I love that style, man. It's so cool.
And this just goes right into that. So if you like a Good Boy, if you love Good Boys, and if you like the Bad Girls, which is basically the cat assassin, support Garrett Gunn. Then we have Shrine. Shrine is basically, let's just say, a sort of companion doll that gets possessed and goes on a massive rampage to seek revenge. Great project, great story. This is mostly
Amazing
down Jordan's alley, so
Amazing artwork too.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah. I follow Isaac, and his stuff's pretty freaking awesome.
Incredible.
Yep.
All right. This computer's trying to kill me.
Yep. And then the last one, we have a good friend, and I know a couple of artists within this project. This is a card game, beautiful card game, wonderful to play. Nice people involved as well, very active community. If you really like card games, if you like tabletop RPGs, if you're looking for something fresh and new to play with your friends, check out Fable Saga. Great game, nice people. Yeah.
Already huge backing too. Damn.
Jesus, criminy, buy a house with that.
Yeah.
All right, Gage, I think I got this for you. Let's see if it'll go.
So this is Sisters Wolf. I've talked about my buddy Cameron a couple of times. He's a local guy I work with. He's created a couple of comic books, including Professor G and Blake. And he's a caricature artist. He's been doing art for years. And this is kind of like, what if Supernatural was 2 9-year-old twin girls?
What?
Yeah. What if Supernatural was 2 9-year-old twin girls with like a history bound to like ancient witch history? It's
Wow.
a really fun book. His art style's really crazy. His campaign had draw-ins for the Vatican Council. I've seen it, and I'm a little biased because Cameron's an awesome guy, but it's a fun book.
I could never tell your bias. Never.
I'm just being straight up. Like I think Cameron's an awesome guy. His book it's fun. It's got some psychedelic stuff and really unique artwork. I love it. Oh, and you'll see the Godslayer in it. Bam.
Oh, so you're saying your book is somehow connected to this?
Nope, not at all. He just had a buy-in tier. He had a buy-in tier for filling out his council seats, and I bought one and put the Godslayer in it.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
Yep.
So, Gage, last thing, tell them who you are, tell them where they can find you, all the good stuff. Go for it.
I'm Nathan Johns. If you know me on social media, you know me as Gage the Wolf. I'm the creator of Godslayers. We just finished our Kickstarter for Godslayers Episode 2, and I'll be ordering books pretty soon. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Gage the Wolf, and then you can find updates on Godslayers, art images, and all kinds of stuff on Tenebris Anima Comics on Facebook.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is all the good stuff we got today, and we probably missed some stuff too. So join us.
Yeah, there's a lot coming out. There's a lot coming out.
This is our Kickstarter month. Join us at CradleCon this weekend, where we'll be hanging around with Phil and causing him trouble.
I'll have my kids with me. So Kaylee,
Oh man,
Daddy always tell you when you do something silly.
So there you have it, folks. This weekend we'll be at CradleCon at
And film it.
Cradle of Aviation. Phil? Oh, I thought
I
you
was
said
saying
something.
film it. When you ask her that question, film it.
I should film it. Hey, look what we got.
When I see you with your daughter, it's the funniest thing. You say like the funniest things, and she just looks at you like the straightest face. It's hilarious.
Isn't that how it is? My daughter, I say all these jokes, she looks at me like, "You're not funny, Dad." All right, folks. As always,
Rob tells me you have dad jokes.
Exactly. With the kids, speaking out, having fun. Make sure you support all these beautiful Kickstarters. Support the indie community. Support these comics. Dude, you're doing an amazing job when you just share stuff, but put some money in somewhere. $1, buy a book. Come on. These are some great creators doing their thing. With that, folks, I'll do what I always do here on the show. I'll press the button and